Hello everybody, my name is DEBASIS Dash. Today is the 12th day of our training. These three questions are the assignment for today. The first question is explain OWASP top 10 security risks with example. So the OWASP top 10 security risks are injection, broken authentication, security data exposure, XXA injection, broken access control, security misconfiguration, cross-site cross-site scripting, insecure deserialization, using components with known vulnerabilities, insufficient logging and monitoring. So the first OWASP top 10 security risk is injection. Injection attack is all about injecting SQL, NoSQL, and OS into the application. The example of injection attack is SQL injection. Then the next point is broken authentication. Where the attackers exploit to impersonate the legitimate users online. For example, session timeout. Then the next point is security data exposure. This is to compromise the data which needed protection. For example, unencrypted data. Then the next point is XXE injection. XXE injection gives malicious user access to the application which processes XML data. For example, blind XXE. Then the next point is broken access control. Broken access control is how the web application gives grants access to the users while denying access to the other users. For example, JWT invalidation. Then the next point is security misconfiguration. This attack can happen at any level of the application, which can be web servers or databases or network services. For example, default configuration. Then the next point is cross-site scripting. So in this form of attack, the attacker tries to inject a malicious script to a trusted site. For example, session hijacking. Then the next point is insecure deserialization. This security weakness can cause a RCE attack, which is one of the major attacks available. For example, remote execution. Then the next point is using components with known vulnerabilities. This vulnerability results from a developer using components or frameworks or some dependencies. For example, open source components. Then the last point is insufficient logging and monitoring. The importance of securing a website through sufficient logging and monitoring cannot be underemphasized, because improper logging can result in information disclosure. For example, missing log. Then the next question is, what is an endpoint and what are different type of APIs request? Explain with the help of an example. So when an API interacts with another system, then the touch points of the communication are considered as endpoints. Then what are different types of APIs request? Explain with the help of an example. The different type of APIs requests are sign-in requests, we get a list of resources request and update a resource request. So first one is sign in request. This is a post request which sends the user credentials in the body of the request. Then the next point is get a list of resources request. To get a list of resources like users, we can send get request. Then the third point is update a resource request. So to update an existing resource, we can send put request. So the example for these API requests are, let's suppose a student portal is there to manage the students' information in a school. So if we want to sign in into the student portal, then we can send a post request. Then if we want to get a list of student information in the student portal, then we can send a get request. Then if we want to update an existing student information in the student portal, then we can send a put request. Then the last question is, what are samplers and listeners in load testing? Explain with the help of an example. So the samplers are the actual requests to the servers. The examples of samplers are HTTP, FTP, and SMTP. Then listeners allow us to view and analyze the samplers requests, and response in the form of tables, graphs, and trees. For example, view results tree, summary report, and aggregate report. So that's all about today's assignment. Thank you.